Adv Johnson testified before this commission. She produced a Section 28(1) authorization signed and dated 30 May 2025 in the Mukwele matter, as well as a Section 28(1) application purported from me to her dated 30 May 2025. I did not prepare this application, and the authorization could not have been signed and approved by Adv Johnson on the 30th of May 2025. As these documents suggest, I say so for the following reasons. During the meeting...
Sorry, before you say that, so what you're saying is that the document that Advocate Johnson produced that she indicated was the authorization for the 28(1) investigation into the Mukwele matter, and that was preceded by an application drafted by you, sent to her, in order for her to authorize the investigation on 30 May 2025, you say you did not prepare that document.
Correct.
Okay. And you say that not only did you not prepare it, but that authorization couldn't have been, that investigation couldn't have been authorized by Advocate Johnson on the 30th of May 2025.
Correct.
Okay, and then you tell us why you say so at 32.
During the meeting on the 27th of May 2025,
take your time.
Advocate Johnson instructed me to prepare one umbrella, Section 28.
And Drew, I will correct the Section 28, which means that on the 3rd of June 2025, there was still not a signed Section 28(1) application or authorization.
Correct.
And Advocate Johnson was still in Germany at the time.
Correct. She returned the following week.
Is it correct, though, that there wasn't a Section 28(1) for authorization? We took this up with Advocate Johnson, and then she said there was the December one, which was still, operational, and this one was being done for a different purpose.
No, the December one is a 2813. This is a 28(1), which is needed for the arrest. For the 2813, yes. Okay. So there was no, as far as you were concerned, there was no 28(1) in respect of any of the crime intelligence matters as at 30 May 2025.
Correct, because I was instructed to do it on the 27th of May, and I only emailed it on the 3rd of June.
So this one is for the arrest, and then the one that you prepared on the 5th of December, which was signed on the 6th, what was that one for?
That is to allow IDAC investigators to do a preliminary investigation.
So that's for the preliminary investigation, and then this one is for the arrest.
Correct.
So without this one, they could not effect the arrest. That's why it was important.
Correct.
I think just to clarify, it's for an investigation. The 28(1) is for an investigation, but you can't go to the arrest and enrollment process if you haven't done a 28(1) investigation.
Correct.
Yes. So Advocate Johnson needed authorization for the 28(1) investigation in order for there to be an enrollment and warrant of arrest issued.
Correct.
Because you can't jump from 2813 to enrollment and arrest.
Correct.
So the summonses that were issued in February, remember there were summonses to BMW and various other people?
Yes.
That was done in terms of 2813?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, they should have been done in terms of 2813.
Sorry, say that again?
They should have been done in terms of 2813 because there was not a 28(1) authorized.
Now, if she wanted the arrest to happen on the 7th of May, how could that have happened if there was no 28(1)?
It would have followed that had I said that we were ready to arrest Mr. Lushaba by, say, the 5th of May.
Yeah.
Exactly how I did it now, I would have submitted a 28(1) with all my accompanying documents for enrollment.
All right, thank you.
So it looks like what she was doing, and correct me if I'm wrong, with this 28(1) now, which is to authorize an investigation, we are at the 3rd of June, and you're going to effect arrest on the 7th. It was really to trick the system. Appearances of, we already had an investigation authorized on the 3rd earlier, and now we are arresting when in fact, in the intervening period between the 3rd of June, if that's when she authorizes, and the 7th, there really would not have been an investigation because you've already done the investigations without the authorization. Am I correct in that construction?
If I can go back to the 27 referral I did in
2023.
thank you. After the investigation was at a level where we knew that there was sufficient evidence to proceed, myself and the deputy director on the matter did an application setting out all the evidence to apply for a 28-1. And then all the other processes, the finalizations of the affidavits and enrollment happened.
Here, you would not have had that because you've already done your investigation before
Correct.
there was authorization.
The 28-1 should have been done a lot earlier yes.
Yeah. So it was being done at this stage, considering that a date for arrest has already been decided and it's just going to be in a few days' time. It was just for appearances of compliance, really.
Correct.
Thank you.
Regarding the document of the 30th of May, is it? Yes, because yours is the 3rd of June. The one of the 30th of May, subject to what Ms. Johnson, or Advocate Johnson will say, because we said we will give her an opportunity to respond. Subject to what she says, it looks like what she did, if in fact she did this, constitutes forgery and uttering, actually.
Yes, and I cannot understand why she would do it in my name.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can we then just go back to your statement? At paragraph 33, you dealt with the trailing emails. The document provides, so maybe just start 33 from scratch.
It is clear from the trailing emails that follow thereafter, including emails from Advocate Johnson, that they could not have been assigned Section 28(1) authorization on the 30th of May 2025. The document provided to the Commission is a complete fabrication. The only other people who could have sent Advocate Johnson an application for Section 28(1) authorization for project diversion are Mr. Hlale and Advocate Schlatzwayo, and I doubt that they did, but they would be best placed to advise the Commission. I certainly did not prepare an application for Section 28(1) authorization on the 30th of May, 2025.
That possibility of Ms. Schlatzwayo and Mr. Tlale sending it to, it doesn't arise here because she relies on what is in your name. So
Correct.
for that authorization.
Correct.
Okay.
And then the next paragraph is, I think we had explored with you why you think Advocate Johnson would have, it's not even backdated because it's not the document that you had sent her at all, but why that document would have been produced and dated the 30th of May 2025. And in the course of that discussion, we had made you aware of an affidavit by Lieutenant Colonel Gumalo about the devices of Mr. Matlala, which had been demanded by IDEC, and the date on which that was demanded. And we're going to flight it and then if you could just read into the record paragraph 34.
Thank you. I am aware of now, I apologize, as informed by the evidence leaders, is that Lieutenant Colonel Ntate Kumalo testified that on the 30th of May 2025, at around 11:30 a.m., Mr. Perumal called him. And when he returned his call, Mr. Perumal requested the cellular phones of Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala for downloading. I have been shown this affidavit by the evidence leaders in preparation of this statement. According to Lieutenant Colonel Kumalo's affidavit, Mr. Belichin produced an approved search and seizure warrant. I do not know if the purported 28(1) authorization of 30 May 2025 and the request from Mr. Matlala's devices on the same day are connected. What I do know is that a 28(1) in respect of the Medicare 24 matter was authorized on the 16th of May 2025, and this could be used to obtain the downloads for Matlala's devices on the 30th of May 2025. but as I deal with later, I suspect that Advocate Johnson and Mr. Perumal knew that the Medicare 24 investigation was unlawful from inception. They may have wanted to rely They may not have wanted to rely on that authorization to obtain Mr. Madlala's devices because of the unlawfulness. I deal with this later.
We'll just display that affidavit by Lieutenant Colonel Kumalo, where he says that on the 30th of May, Mr. Perumal contacted him regarding obtaining the devices, and then he says in another paragraph that Mr. Beluchan showed them the approved, I don't know what the relevance is of the approved search and seizure warrant to accused address. And you deal with it later, and your advice at some point or your observations that you made to the team at the time on the Madlanga matter or the Medicare 24 matter seems to have been what they actually followed, because what they were going to do in order to get those devices from SAPS, you said to them, you can't do it that way. And it seems that the way that you had suggested to them was the way that they followed.
Correct.
Okay.
And because I had distanced myself from this matter, it was only when I saw this that I realized that the advice that I had given them with regards to how search warrants of this nature are supposed to be done was followed. Because prior to that, they actually just wanted to go and seize the devices, the actual devices, which breaks chain of custody.
And that you only found out that they followed your suggestion when you saw the affidavit of Lieutenant Colonel Kumalo, and what he describes is what you had suggested to them at the time.
Confirmed.
Okay, thank you. Is there anything else you want to say on this topic of the 28-1? Before I ask the Chair if we can adjourn for now.
I want an age analysis, an ink age analysis of that 28-1 signature.
On Advocate Johnson's 30 May.
Because really, this not only is Advocate Johnson deceiving the commission, she's throwing a junior under the bus. What kind of leadership is that? Is that really leadership? And now I'm speaking from emotion.
Thank you, Mr. Ramsamy.
I'm not an expert in the field, but I doubt that a 3-day difference would be of assistance.
Well, Chair, you assume that it's a 3-day difference.
No, actually, we have done one where we could determine that it was a...
I hear you.
Thank you, Chair. That is the evidence of Ms. Ramsamy for now. So that is the email that you sent to Mr. Tlale, who's the project manager. The title is section 28-1, and it's dated, you sent it on the 3rd of June, 2025, 7:42 in the morning.
Correct.
And can you just read what you say to him?
Good morning. Please work your magic and send me the consultation note and the PP memo so that I can send to the ID. You are appreciated. I'm a terrible formatter of documents, so I send it to the project manager to format for me before I submit my documents to the ID.
And then you have, you can see the attachment, it says IDAC new matter on that page, and then from 369 is the version that you sent to Advocate Johnson on the 3rd of June, dated 2 June 2025.
Correct.
And you say this is what you sent, and it was an umbrella 28-1.
Correct.
And what did she mean by umbrella 28-1?
Meaning that it must be for all of the legs identified in diversion, with the names that she had given me and the 2 that I added, because they were linked. So actually it was 3. If commissioners will look at 3.5, 3.6, and 3.7, commissioners will also see that my formatting is as I said. Captain Mukhashwa, Captain Hudson, and Colonel Pittout.
You're ahead of us, page 371.
371, my apologies. Will note that those were the names that were added, but the remainder of the names stay as the 2813.
And if we go to page...
So can I just understand? That list that you're referring to, that's paragraph 3.
Correct.
You have much more than just the 3 that you've mentioned, Pittout, Hudson, Makasha. You have other people as well. Moyane, Sibula, Van Vuren, Madileng, Mokwele, Duvalo.
Because it was an umbrella, as Advocate Johnson had said, that it needed to include all the names that were on the 2813. The only three names that were added from the 2813 were the three
I
that I
see.
mentioned. Yes.
I see. Thank you.
Thank you. And then if we go to page 372 actually, under recommendation. December.
Correct.
And you had a family emergency, so you send it to Mr. Tlale. He must.
If I can just explain, I was literally copying and pasting onto a new document just to change the heading and the date. And I was doing it in the car with the laptop on my lap. So the purported 30 May, there's a paper trail of when I sent the an electronic trail of when I actually sent. It could not have been signed on the 30th of May. And if the commissioners look at page 369, it includes from Advocate Santos Manuel, Acting Deputy Director. The one Advocate Johnson provided to the commission doesn't even have that. It just says State Advocate.
So are you saying the one you provided to us is a fabrication?
Yes.
Can I?
Do you know anything about Advocate Johnson's laptop being lost in Namibia or getting lost in Namibia?
Yes. When she attended.
When was that?
It would have been in January. It was just as we got back from the consultation with Mr. Fadil. Advocate Johnson went to the FATF conference. I think it was in Windhoek. And I was later informed that Advocate Johnson's laptop was stolen at the airport.
So early 2025?
Correct.
But definitely not before May 2025.
Well, the FATF conference took place in January 2025.
All right. No, thank you.
Thank you. So, and then can we go to 374 of file 10? Are you there?
Yes.
And this is a WhatsApp from Advocate Johnson. Oh, it's actually a WhatsApp on the 3rd of June, 2025, from you to Advocate Johnson. And your WhatsApp on the 3rd of June, 2025, so that's the same day that you emailed the document to Mr. Tlale.
Correct.
In the morning. You then, on the 3rd of June, 2025, send an WhatsApp to Advocate Johnson. Can you read it and tell us why you were greeting her like that?
So on the 27th of May, 2025, Advocate Johnson indicated that she was going to leave for Germany. She was attending a conference. However, I was instructed that even though she was in Germany, when my drafting was done, I was to email it to her so that she can authorize it. So when I said Guten Tag, it's because she's in Germany. So I said, Guten Tag, Advocate Johnson. Trust your trip is going well. I have emailed you all the requisite documents. The last supplementary was filed on Sunday. Team has perused and provided input, and the project manager has formatted. I await your guidance, corrections, and instructions. She replies, hi, we now in afternoon session. We finish at 6 p.m. We'll try and finish and send tonight still. I say thank you. Praying hands. At 16:03, Advocate Johnson sends me a WhatsApp, check your email. I reply, doing so now. Thank you, Advocate Johnson. This is now 16:23. Thank you, Advocate Johnson. Have a blessed evening. She replies, thanks, Gal.
And when she replies to that she send it, check your emails, it's because she's sending the documents back to you, but not the 28-1.
Correct.
Right? And if we can then go to, we just have to see if that document is in the bundle, because it's some of the documentation that still needed to be included, those email exchanges. If you'll just bear with me on the, if you can go to page 331, my apologies.
File 10.
On file 10, yes. This This is now a response to a different email from Advocate Johnson, but still on the 3rd of June 2025, because you send the documents to her. Mr. Tlale sends the documents back to you. If we go to page 332, at the bottom of page 332, you'll see 3 June 2025. It's from Mr. Tlale to you. The subject is docs. He says, "Hi DR, sorry for the delay. If I had just done it once last night, kind regards." Now, he's referring to documents that you sent him on the 2nd as well.
Correct.
You sent him documents relating to the Lushaba matter as well.
The charge sheet, the in-consultation note, and the prosecutor memo, correct?
Yes, and on the 3rd, you're sending the 28 one. And he then sends everything back to you in this document called docs. This email said called docs, and you then forward the email on the top above that email from him at 332. Can you then read that, because then it follows on your WhatsApp to Advocate Johnson?
332 or
332 at the just above Mr. Tlale's email.
Afternoon, Advocate Johnson. Trust you are well. Please find attached for your correction and guidance. Thank you.
Okay, so when you send that email, that's where you've attached the 28 and all the documents that Mr. Tlale formatted for you.
Correct, there were 4 attachments.
And then if we go to 331, the middle of 331, that's where Advocate Johnson responds to you on the 3rd of June, 15:55, and she's copied Anna Marie and Mr. Perumal.
Correct.
And what does can you read, what does she say?
Subject docs. Drew, I have perused and corrected all these documents. Anna Marie is acting, and I changed the documents to her name. Brian, in his statement under paragraph 3,
Paragraph 5.
Paragraph 5. With regards to this, it was Advocate Johnson checking, confirming the correctness of Brian Padiachi's J50 affidavit for application. In his statement under paragraph 5, list the offenses, please. Anna Marie, can you please sign the in-consultation memo? I have perused it properly and made the necessary alterations, but do not want to sign while you are acting. We want to do this, we want this to go to Marika during the course of tomorrow, please. Once signed, Drew will collect and take by hand. I will ask that you call Marika to give her a heads up. We want to arrest on Friday at the latest, Drew. I will correct the section 28 and I will sign that as I usually do if there is an acting.
Even if
there is an acting.
So she's saying we want to arrest on Friday at the latest, and then she's saying